May 16, 1943. RAF Scampton, England. Evening. 19 Lancaster bombers sit on the runway, each aircraft heavily modified. Strange cylindrical bombs hang beneath their bellies, rotating, spinning. Unlike any weapon ever used before, the crews are young. Average age 22, pilots, navigators, bomb aimers, gunners, flight engineers, wireless operators. 7 men per aircraft, 133 men total. They've been training for months. Low-level flying, night navigation, precision bombing, but they don't know their target yet. Security is absolute. Even now, hours before takeoff, most crews don't know where they're going, what they're attacking, why these strange spinning bombs. Wing Commander Guy Gibson gathers the crews for final briefing. Maps are revealed. The target is announced. The Ruhr dams. 3 massive dams in Germany's industrial heartland. The Möhne, the Eder, the Sorpe. Destroy them and Germany's war production collapses. Steel mills go silent. Factories close. Hydroelectric power fails. Canals drain. Transportation stops. It's an ambitious plan. Revolutionary. The dams are massive. Concrete and stone. Hundreds of feet thick. Conventional bombs bounce off or explode harmlessly against the surface. That's why these special weapons were developed. Bouncing bombs. Designed by Barnes Wallis, engineer, inventor, genius. The bombs are cylindrical, 4 feet long, weighing over 9,000 pounds. They spin backwards at 500 RPM, released at exactly 60 feet altitude, exactly 425 yards from the target. Exactly 232 miles per hour. The bomb bounces across the water like a skipping stone, hits the dam wall, sinks, detonates at depth, hydrostatic pressure focused against the dam, breaking it from within. Theory says it works. Testing says it works. But it's never been done in combat. Never against defended targets. Never at night. Never under fire. This is Operation Chastise. The Dambusters Raid, one of the most famous bomber missions of World War II. Courage, innovation, precision, sacrifice, all combined in one night over Germany. This is their story. To understand the Dambusters, we need to understand the Ruhr Valley. Germany's industrial heart. The region produces steel, coal, chemicals, weapons, everything Germany needs to fight the war. Factories run day and night, churning out tanks, aircraft, ammunition, ships, vehicles. The Ruhr depends on water, massive amounts. Steel production requires water. Chemical factories need water. Hydroelectric dams provide power. Canals transport goods. Without water, the entire industrial system collapses. British strategists identify this vulnerability. Attack the water supply. Cripple the industry. Shorten the war. Save lives, but how do you destroy a dam? They're enormous, built to withstand massive pressure. Concrete walls hundreds of feet thick. Stone foundations deep into bedrock. They're designed to hold back millions of tons of water. A few bombs won't damage them. The RAF tries conventional bombing, high-altitude raids, dropping thousands of pounds of explosives. The bombs miss, or hit and do nothing. The dams are too strong, too well protected. Torpedo nets prevent underwater attacks. Anti-aircraft guns defend the approaches. The problem seems unsolvable, until Barnes Wallis appears. Barnes Wallis is an engineer, not military. He designs aircraft for Vickers. Brilliant mind, unconventional thinker. He becomes obsessed with the dam problem. Studies engineering reports, calculations, pressure dynamics, water behavior. He believes there's a solution. Conventional bombs explode on impact. Against a dam, the explosion dissipates into the air. Most energy is wasted. You need the explosion underwater, against the dam wall, using water pressure to focus the blast. Multiply the force. But how do you get a bomb underwater next to a dam wall? Torpedo nets block torpedoes. Dropping a bomb from altitude doesn't work. It hits the water surface and explodes, or bounces away. Nothing effective. Wallis has an idea. Make the bomb bounce, like skipping a stone. Release it low, fast, with backspin. The bomb hits the water, bounces, skips across the surface, hits the dam wall. The backspin makes it hug the wall as it sinks. Then it detonates at depth, right where you need it. He calculates everything. Release height, speed, distance, bomb weight. Spin rate, detonation depth. The precision required is extraordinary. Margins for error are tiny, but mathematically it works. He presents his idea to the Air Ministry. They're skeptical. It sounds insane. Bouncing bombs? Flying at 60 feet at night? Against defended targets? Impossible. But Britain is desperate. The war isn't going well. Bomber Command needs results. New ideas. Innovative solutions. They approve limited testing. Wallis builds prototypes. Tests them at reservoirs in England. Early tests fail. The bombs shatter on impact. Break apart. Don't bounce properly. He adjusts the design. Changes materials. Refines calculations. Gradually it works. The bombs bounce. Skip across water. Behave as predicted. The concept is proven. Now it needs operational testing. Against real targets. Under combat conditions, February 1943, the Air Ministry approves Operation Chastise. A special squadron will be formed. Crews selected from Bomber Command's best. Training will be intensive, secret, specialized. The operation will happen in May when water levels are highest. Maximum impact when dams break. Wing Commander Guy Gibson is chosen to lead. He's 24 years old, already a veteran. Flown over 170 combat missions. Experienced, respected, fearless. Exactly who you need for an impossible mission. Gibson handpicks his crews. He wants the best. Experienced pilots, skilled navigators, accurate bomb aimers, men who can handle pressure, who won't panic under fire, who can fly precisely at extreme low altitude at night. 7 Squadron is formed. Based at RAF Scampton, the crews arrive not knowing what they'll be doing, just that it's important. Special, dangerous training begins immediately. Low-level flying, very low, 60 feet, at night over water. This is extraordinarily dangerous. One mistake and you hit the water, crash, die, no second chances. Navigation training, precision flying, timing. The crews practice flying exact speeds, exact altitudes, exact distances. Everything must be perfect. Margins for error don't exist. They practice over English reservoirs, simulating the dams, flying the approach, releasing practice bombs, learning the technique, building muscle memory, repetition until it's automatic. Security is absolute. The crews know they're practicing low-level bombing, but not why. Not the target, not the real bombs. They're told nothing. Just train, practice, prepare. Gibson drives them hard, demands perfection, tolerates no mistakes. Some crews wash out, can't handle the pressure, can't fly precisely enough. They're replaced. The training continues. By May, 617 Squadron is ready. The best low-level bomber crews in the world. The bouncing bombs are ready, 4 feet long, 9,000 pounds. Spinning backwards, ready to skip across water and destroy dams. The target date is set. May 16, 1943, full moon. High water levels. Weather forecast looks good. This is it. May 16th, afternoon, final briefing. Gibson gathers all crews. The curtain is pulled back. Maps revealed. Target photographs displayed. For the first time, the crews learn what they're attacking. The Ruhr dams. The Möhne, the Eder, the Sorpe. The briefing is detailed. Routes are explained. Timing, altitudes, procedures, defenses, everything mapped out. The mission will fly in 3 waves. Gibson's wave attacks the Möhne first, then the Eder. The second wave targets the Sorpe. The third wave is reserve, supporting whichever dam still stands. The crews study the intelligence. Photographs of the dams, approaches, defense positions. Anti-aircraft gun locations, torpedo nets, terrain features. They memorize everything. Their lives depend on it. The risks are explained. This is low-level flying over enemy territory. At night, against heavily defended targets, German fighters will respond. Flak guns will open fire. Losses are expected. Some crews won't return. Everyone understands. No one backs out. They've trained for this. They're ready. This mission matters. If successful, it could shorten the war, save thousands of lives. It's worth the risk. That evening, crews prepare. Write letters home, just in case. Check equipment one final time. Load the bombs. Fuel the aircraft. Everything ready. At 21:39 hours, the first Lancaster takes off. Gibson's aircraft, leading the first wave. One by one, the others follow. 19 bombers, 133 men, flying toward Germany, toward history. The flight across the North Sea is tense. Radio silence. Navigation by dead reckoning. Stars, moonlight. The bombers fly low. Very low, 50 feet over water. Below radar coverage. Invisible to German detection, they cross the Dutch coast. Enemy territory now. German fighters patrol. Radar stations scan. Flak batteries wait. The bombers stay low, hedge-hopping, following valleys. Using terrain to hide, some aircraft hit obstacles. Power lines, trees. Flying at extreme low altitude is unforgiving. When the Lancaster crashes into power lines, explodes. 7 men dead. The crew never saw the wires in darkness. Another aircraft is hit by flak crossing the Dutch coast. Damaged. Struggles to maintain altitude. The pilot tries to continue, but the aircraft is too damaged. It crashes. Another 7 men dead. The remaining bombers press on. Navigation is difficult. Landmarks are hard to identify at night. At low altitude, some crews get lost. Temporarily, they correct. Find landmarks. Get back on course. Others stay perfect, following their routes exactly. Approaching the targets. Gibson's wave reaches the Möhne Dam first. 0.28 hours, May 17. Just after midnight. The dam looms ahead. Massive, dark, imposing. Moonlight reflects off the reservoir. The defenses are visible. Flak towers, searchlights, gun positions. Gibson begins his attack run. The approach is exactly as trained. Gibson flies down the reservoir at 60 feet, 232 miles per hour. The bomb aimer looks through his sight, aligning the towers on the dam, getting the perfect angle. Distance. The bomb spins beneath the aircraft. 500 RPM, backwards, ready. The flak guns open fire. Tracer rounds arc toward the Lancaster. Streams of bullets. The gunners are experienced, accurate. They've practiced this defense. Gibson's aircraft shudders as rounds hit. Non-critical damage. He holds course, steady, straight, no evasion. Perfect approach required. The bomb aimer calls adjustments, left, steady, perfect, range, now. The bomb releases, drops, hits the water, bounces once, twice, 3 times. Skipping across the reservoir. Heading straight for the dam wall. It hits, perfect impact. Sinks down the wall. The Lancaster pulls up hard. Climbing, escaping the explosion, the bomb detonates. Massive explosion. Water erupts. A huge column rising hundreds of feet. The dam shakes, but holds no breach. The bomb worked perfectly, but one bomb isn't enough. The dam is too strong. Gibson circles, watching, assessing. Calls the next aircraft in. They need multiple hits, concentrated on one point, weakening the dam progressively until it breaks. The second Lancaster begins its run. Same approach, low, fast, precise. Flak guns concentrate on it. Heavy fire. The bomber weaves slightly, trying to avoid fire while maintaining bombing precision. It's nearly impossible. But the pilot manages, release, the bomb bounces. Hits the dam, sinks, detonates, another massive explosion. More water erupting. The dam trembles. Cracks appear. Small ones, but still holding. It needs more. Third aircraft. piloted by Flight Lieutenant Hopgood. His approach is perfect. Low, fast, straight. But the flak is intense, concentrated. His Lancaster is hit multiple times. Engine fire. Controls damaged. He keeps going. Must release the bomb. Must complete the mission. His bomb aimer releases. The bomb bounces. But it's late. Slightly off target. It clears the dam. Explodes beyond it. Not a direct hit. Hopgood's aircraft is doomed. Fire spreading. Controls failing. He orders crew to bail out. Some make it. Others don't. The Lancaster crashes, explodes. Hopgood dies at the controls, staying with the aircraft to give his crew time to escape. 3 crew survive. 4 dead 4th aircraft, 5th, each making their run. Bombs releasing, bouncing, hitting, detonating, the dam weakening, cracks spreading, water seeping through, but still holding. The structure is incredibly strong, designed to withstand enormous pressure. It's taking everything they have. The 6th aircraft attacks. Pilot Flight Lieutenant David Shannon. His approach is perfect. The bomb releases, bounces, hits dead center, right where previous bombs hit. The concentrated damage point. The bomb sinks, detonates. This time, something different happens. The explosion sounds different, louder, more violent. The dam structure shudders. A crack opens wider, water bursts through. Not much at first, then more. The pressure finds the weakness, exploits it. The crack widens rapidly. Suddenly the dam breaks. A section collapses. Water explodes through. Millions of tons, unstoppable. The Möhne dam is breached. The water roars through the breach. A wall of water 25 feet high, racing down the valley, destroying everything in its path. Villages, factories, roads, bridges, railways. The flood is catastrophic. Gibson circles above, watching the destruction, reporting to base. Möhne dam breached. Massive flooding. Mission successful. But they're not done yet. Other dams remain. He leads the remaining bombers toward the Eder Dam, 50 miles southeast. The second target. Another massive dam. Different terrain. Different defenses. Different challenges. The Eder Dam sits in a valley. Steep hills on both sides. The approach is difficult. Bombers must dive into the valley, level off at 60 feet, release. Then climb steeply to clear the hills beyond. All at night. In darkness. It's extraordinarily dangerous, and there's no practice. They trained over flat reservoirs, not mountainous terrain. This is new, terrifying, but necessary. Gibson leads the attack. He makes a practice run. No bomb. Just testing the approach. It's harder than expected. The hills loom suddenly. Difficult to judge height in darkness. He pulls up, circles, tries again, better. But still not perfect. He calls in another aircraft. Flight Lieutenant David Maltby. Maltby makes his approach. Diving into the valley, leveling off. Perfect height. Perfect speed, release, the bomb bounces. Hits the dam, sinks, detonates, massive explosion. But the dam holds. One bomb isn't enough. Like Möhne, they need multiple hits. Flight Lieutenant Shannon attacks. His approach is good. Release, bounce, hit, detonate, another explosion. The dam cracks. Water leaks. But still holding. Less night attacks. Australian pilot, experienced, steady. His approach is textbook perfect. Release, the bomb bounces. 3 perfect skips. Hits the exact impact point. Sinks. Detonates. The dam breaks. Not slowly like Möhne. Suddenly, catastrophically. A huge section collapses. Water explodes through. Another massive flood, racing down another valley. More destruction. More devastation. 2 dams breached. Gibson's wave has succeeded beyond expectations. But ammunition is exhausted. Bombs gone. They head home. Some damaged. All low on fuel. But victorious. The second wave attacks the Sorpe Dam. Different design. Earth and clay core with stone facing. Bouncing bombs don't work against this type. Instead, they must fly along the dam crest. Drop bombs without bouncing. Trying to blast through the crest. It's a different attack entirely. The approach is difficult. Hills, trees, no clear approach path. The pilots must navigate through valleys. Line up perfectly. Drop precisely. All in darkness, multiple aircraft attack. Dropping bombs. Explosions damage the crest. Crater it, but don't breach it. The Sorpe dam holds. Earth construction absorbs the explosions. Dissipates the force. This dam won't break tonight. The reserve wave is called in. Some aircraft never reached targets. Lost, shot down, crashed. Of the 19 Lancasters that took off, 8 are lost. 53 men dead. Another 3 captured. The losses are heavy. Nearly half the force, but the mission succeeds. 2 major dams breached. Massive flooding. Destruction across the Ruhr Valley. Steel production stops. Hydroelectric power fails. Coal mines flood. Transportation collapses. Germany's war industry takes a massive hit. The survivors land back at Scampton. Dawn is breaking. Ground crews count aircraft. 8 missing. The faces of returning crews are grim. Exhausted. Relieved to be alive. But mourning friends who didn't return. Gibson lands. Reports to command. Mission successful. Möhne and Eder dams destroyed. Massive damage. But heavy losses. 53 dead. It's a high price. But the strategic impact justifies it. News of the raid spreads rapidly. Across Britain, across the world. The Dambusters become instant heroes. Proof that precision bombing works. That innovation wins wars. That courage and skill can achieve the impossible. King George VI visits the squadron. Congratulates the survivors. Awards medals. Gibson receives the Victoria Cross. Many others receive Distinguished Service Orders. Distinguished Flying Crosses. Recognition for extraordinary courage. But for the survivors, celebration is muted. They're thinking about empty beds. Missing friends. Crews who won't return. The cost of success. The impact of Operation Chastise was both immediate and long-term. The immediate flooding killed approximately 1,600 people, mostly forced laborers and prisoners of war working in the valley. Many drowned. Some German civilians too. The human cost was terrible. The industrial impact was severe. Steel production dropped. Coal mining stopped. Hydroelectric power generation failed. Transportation networks were disrupted. Factories closed for weeks. Months in some cases. Germany's war effort was significantly damaged. But Germany recovered. They rebuilt, repaired, adapted. By September, most production was restored. The dams were patched. Not fully repaired, but functional enough. The strategic impact was significant but temporary. The long-term impact was different. Psychological, propaganda. The raid proved Britain could strike anywhere in Germany. That innovation and precision could overcome any defense. It boosted British morale enormously. Damaged German confidence. The raid also forced Germany to divert resources. Thousands of workers to repair dams. Thousands of soldiers to defend infrastructure. Anti-aircraft guns repositioned. Fighters redeployed. Resources taken from frontline operations to protect the homeland. And the raid proved strategic bombing concepts. That precision attacks on specific targets work better than area bombing. This influenced future bombing strategy. Led to more precision operations. Targeting oil refineries. Ball-bearing factories. Transportation networks. Specific bottlenecks rather than entire cities. 7 Squadron continued operations. They became specialists. Precision bombing. Difficult targets. They attacked V-weapon sites. U-boat pens. The battleship Tirpitz. Every dangerous mission. Every impossible target. That's what 6117 Squadron did. Gibson didn't fly with them much longer. He was too valuable, too famous, too important for morale. He was pulled from operations, sent on publicity tours, promoting war bonds, giving speeches, inspiring the public. He hated it, wanted to fly to fight, but he obeyed orders. Eventually he convinced them to let him fly again. September 1944. One more mission, leading a raid on targets in Germany. His Mosquito was shot down. Gibson died, 26 years old. One of Britain's greatest war heroes, gone. Many Dambusters didn't survive the war. 617 Squadron continued dangerous missions. Losses accumulated. Of the 133 men who flew on the Dambusters Raid, 53 died that night. Many more died in subsequent operations. Only a minority survived the war. Those who did survive carried the memories forever. The friends lost. The risks taken. The success achieved. They were legends, heroes, the Dambusters, but they paid a terrible price. Barnes Wallis was devastated by the casualties. He'd designed the weapon, made the raid possible, but 53 men died using his invention. He felt responsible, guilty. He said later that if he'd known the cost, he might not have invented the bouncing bomb, but he continued working, designing, innovating. He developed the tall boy bomb, the Grand Slam bomb, deep penetration weapons, used successfully against hardened targets, U-boat pens, viaducts, bunkers. His invention saved countless lives, shortened the war. His genius made a difference. After the war, Wallis was knighted, honored for his contributions. He lived until 1979, age 92. A long life, productive, innovative to the end. But he never forgot the Dambusters. Never forgot the cost of success. The story of the Dambusters became legendary. Books written, films made. The 1955 film The Dambusters became iconic, introduced the story to millions, made Gibson and his crew's household names. The film is still shown, still celebrated, still remembered. The actual bouncing bombs were kept secret for years, classified until the 1960s. When revealed, they fascinated people. Engineering marvel. Innovative weapon. The combination of science and courage. Innovation and sacrifice. Today, replicas exist in museums. The Imperial War Museum, RAF Museum. People can see the actual bombs, understand how they worked, appreciate the ingenuity, the risk, the precision required. The remaining Lancasters from 617 Squadron are preserved. Some airworthy, flown at air shows, others in museums, static displays, memorials to the crews who flew them, to the men who died in them. Every year commemorations are held, at RAF Scampton, at the dam sites, at graves of fallen airmen. The Dambusters are remembered, honored, their courage celebrated, their sacrifice acknowledged. Operation Chastise was many things. A triumph of engineering, a demonstration of precision bombing, propaganda victory, a tactical success, a strategic impact, but most of all, it was a story of courage. 133 men flying into extreme danger, knowing many wouldn't return, doing it anyway because the mission mattered, because someone had to, because they were the ones who could. 53 died. Their sacrifice made the mission possible. Their courage inspired a nation. Their memory endures. The survivors carried the weight of loss, the burden of survival. Why them? Why did they make it when friends didn't? That question haunted many for life, but they also carried pride. They'd achieved the impossible, broken the unbreakable, proven that innovation and courage could overcome any obstacle. They were Dambusters. That meant something. Still does. The dams themselves still stand, rebuilt after the war, still providing water, still generating power, still serving their purpose. Memorials mark the sites, plaques, stones, remembering what happened. The attack, the destruction, the courage required. German communities remember too. The flooding killed civilians, destroyed homes, towns, lives. They remember the terror, the loss, the suffering. War brings tragedy to everyone, all sides, all people. British and German veterans sometimes met after the war, talked, shared memories, honored each other's courage, acknowledged that soldiers on both sides did their duty, showed bravery. deserved respect. These meetings were powerful, healing, moving beyond hatred to mutual respect. The Möhne Dam has a museum now, telling the story from both sides. British courage, German suffering, engineering, warfare, humanity. It's balanced, fair, educational. Thousands visit each year. Learning history, understanding war's cost, remembering. This has been the story of the Dambusters. Operation Chastise. The raid on the Ruhr dams. May 16-17, 1943, 19 Lancaster bombers. 133 men. Revolutionary weapons. Impossible targets. Extreme precision required. Heavy defenses. Terrible losses. 2 dams breached. Massive flooding. Strategic success. Tactical victory. Propaganda triumph. But 53 men dead. Dozens more wounded or captured. The price of victory measured in young lives. Guy Gibson led them. Barnes Wallis invented the weapon. 133 men flew the mission. 53 died. 80 survived. All heroes. Every single one. They proved that innovation matters. That precision works. That courage can achieve impossible things. That small forces with superior skill can accomplish what massive forces cannot. The Dambusters changed warfare, influenced strategy, inspired generations. Their story endures because it represents something timeless. Human ingenuity, courage under fire, sacrifice for purpose, determination to succeed regardless of cost. Remember the Dambusters. Remember what they achieved. Remember what they sacrificed. Remember that sometimes the impossible becomes possible when extraordinary people attempt it. This is their legacy. This is their memorial. This is their immortality.